committee was appointed to screen the candidates and to present the members with 3 rabbis, among which we would choose one to serve as our Rav. I was a member of the committee. When the committee was about to wrap up its work before we were finished, which it worked very diligently, I received a call from my Rebbe of Gedaliah Anemer, the Hersh Gedaliah. He said that our gift of tells wanted us to interview an outstanding candidate for the position of Rav in our community. I informed that the committee considered its work finished and was ready to go to the congregation for the final vote. I didn't think at the time that I could persuade the committee to start opening up the situation again for more further deliberations. He insisted I must try, lest we missed a very important opportunity. I discussed the conversation with Lee Spedner and some others. Since some of the yeshiva world had called upon us, we tried and we prevailed upon the committee to consider one more candidate. Now, some background about shul time is in order this time. We're talking about the middle 50s. Many Orthodox shuls were falling into conservative takeovers. The Washington area was no exception. 2 major long-time Orthodox shuls turned conservative, as well as a number of smaller. New congregations were founded as conservative or reform. Our congregation consists of a small number of families, in which a significant number of the group were scientists. That was why we would call it the scientist. These families wanted to raise the banner of orthodoxy against the rising swell of conservative reform. We wanted a Rav who would guide us in the spirit of Torah and cope with the raging fires and build a community. The committee interviewed Rabbi Anemer. The first question I asked him, as I asked all the candidates, was, do you paskin Shabbos? If the answer included the words, I have the telephone number of my Rosh Yeshiva, in my mind, he was out. I had the telephone of my Rosh Yeshiva as well, and he had mine as well. That question was a fateful one. At that time, when he answered the affirmative, he did not realize that it would be he who would become the postik achan in the whole Washington Silver Spring area. There was no need for me to talk about his godless Torah. For everyone here, it's a given. And as I say that the 36th anniversary of the service of community, the Rebbetzin should live and be well, not only married to Sinai, but a Mekahara. The Mishnah states that the world is supported by 3 pillars: Torah, Avodah, and Gemilas Chasodim. Now, the Torah aspect is well established by his scholarship and his Amortzis HaTorah. The Avodah aspect is recognized by the fact he was a Kohen who attended his flock and served the community. Let me just mention an aspect of Gemilas Chasodim. A daughter of one of our members living in Israel, she was in need of an immediate bone marrow procedure, was flying to the United States to have it done. One major barrier was an immediate $300,000 payment. No American health insurance, no clothing coverage in America. The Rebbe made an appeal, and the pledge response was good. However, the money was needed immediately. Now, some of the money came in quickly, but the outstanding sum was very significant. Now, in order to make sure the money was available right away, the Rabbi Gedaliah personally borrowed the outstanding amount. The shul quotation marks presented the family the necessary funds immediately. Now, there was no guarantee the money would be collected and the loan would be repaid by the pledges, and even if they were paid, when they would be paid. This is chesed. Now, when we first came to Washington, one of the members of the Vada Rabbanim was appointed to oversee the kashrus of the various establishments under the supervision of the Vada. Now, this is a very time-consuming operation and required a lot of effort. The Vada made this a salary position. Now, this included supervision of the mashgichim appointed by the Vada, as well as liaison with the other kashrut agencies. When our Rav Zatzal was asked to take over this position, he took it on a condition that he would not accept any personal remuneration. He would add this on to his other self-imposed obligations to the shul and the community. He requested of Zusha Blech to be a floating mashgiach to check up on the various establishments and the mashgiach. And this I heard from Zusha himself. Zusha was skeptical of the level of kashrus that Rabbi Anemer was demanding, and that Zusha thought his appointments was simply a facade for Rav to cover himself because he was not taking a salary. So Zusha told me he took this assignment on a tentative basis. Zusha then told me he decided to check up on a particular establishment to see who came first, Mishgiach or Yonah. Who opened the locked refrigerator or freezer, Mishgiach or Yonah without the presence of the Mishgiach? Zusha was there in the wee hours of the morning. Sitting in his darkened car and looking around, he notices another car with an occupant. Rabbi Anemer was telling me. Zusha told me he then realized that the Rav meant business and wanted a reliable, high standard of kashrus. There was a time when the Rav was confronted with a series of shaylos on Soma Tagidin in Empire chickens. Now, this is a technical question regarding the kashrus of the chicken. Now, how does one determine if this is simply an accidental problem which occurs once in a while in the Holy Yishgacha, or it's a systematic problem? Who sold the most Empire chickens in the area? Shalom. The Rav knew the number of chickens that Shalom received from Empire at a given time because they kept track on Shalom's purchases. Now, most customers would have no idea about Soma Tagidin. Now, how would Rav get this information? Which chickens had this flaw? The Rav Zatzal knew that the backroom employees at Shalom would unpack and process the chickens before they were put on display for purchase. He approached the employees and described in detail what he was looking for. And he waved a $10 bill. Anybody who brings me one gets this $10 bill. After expending a few $100s, which didn't take very long, he had all his information that he needed. He then approached the OU and Empire with his data, and a new improved method was implemented in the Empire processing to eliminate this problem. Shaul, one of the owners of the establishment under the supervision of the Rav, told me this unsolicited story. When he first began his business, he told the cashier to give the Rav a discount. Upon learning this, the Rav told Shaul, if you give me a discount, I will never come to your store again. Many a time I would hear from some of those who may oppose the Rav on some issue or another that no one would ever question his integrity. Now, the Rav had a number of disagreements among his members as expected, and these were aired at the meetings. Now, those of you who know me, no one had a close relation with the Rav. So, never once did he ever mention to me any internal disagreement in the Rav. Now, I want to conclude with some remarks on our Botzes HaTorah. When the Yeshiva High School started with an all-girls school with a handful of students. Then a small class of boys started the boys' division the following year. The girls' division was growing, and the local rabbi sent their daughters to the school. The boys' division did not receive the sons of local rabbis. In the mind of the public, the rabbis considered the boys' division second rate. Rabbi Anemer Zatzal changed his perception. He enrolled his son Yisrael in the school. The school flourished. Now, before the yeshiva bill was set up, many yeshiva high school graduates went to Nei Yisrael. Quite a few times, the graduates of yeshiva high school were placed in a higher year than the graduates of Nei Yisrael Mechina. Kina Sofran upgraded the Nei Yisrael Yeshiva, Nei Yisrael High School. Thus, the Rav, in his role as Rosh Yeshiva, upgraded Torah in more than one way and in more than one place. His strict, unwavering discipline in Torah matters contrasted with his warm, gentle manner on a personal level. Truly a giant of a man. He will be sorely missed. These are the Torah.